lie to you, I'm still in a bit of a funk, still in a bit of a salty mood. Not sure what's going on. I think it's just this time of year. I think this is just my pattern. After feeling this way for about a week or so and realizing, looking back on my journals and like recording things and all of that, I see that this is my pattern. So I upped my antidepressants again back up to 20 milligrams this morning because I can feel that familiar kind of darkness coming over me. And I know that I'm doing everything in my power to not feel like that. So it feels like it's definitely time to do that. I'm feeling a little defeated, a little frustrated, but something has to change. So I'm going to change it. And hopefully over the next couple weeks, it'll balance out again. On the weekend, I didn't really do much filming at all. I did a little bit of filming on our walk, which you saw. And we did go to the thrift store. I'll show you what I got. So for those of you who are new here, I am trying to do a low buy quarter. And I've given myself $40 to see how far I can stretch $40 for the month of thrifting. So in my last video I shared, I spent, I think it was $11.70 I spent of my budget. And today I spent $13 on the weekend. However, I didn't get anything for myself. So I feel like it's not really fair because I feel like if I'm buying clothes for the kids, it feels like it shouldn't count. But I'll show you what I got. So I found this lovely cream knit sweater and it's super long. It was giving Rory Gilmore vibes. So I was thinking, I don't know if it's the right fit on me. I feel like it's a little too long for me. I have short legs, so it doesn't really suit me, but I think I'm going to give this to my daughter. They were buy one, get one free. So this was the sweaters were $5. And then I got this sweater for my son. He lives in hoodies. And this one was just like such a nice quality. It's like French terry. It's like a little, and then I got a blue one, the exact same. And they look like they've never been worn. So I couldn't just leave them because he loves hoodies and like he's kind of growing fast. So some of his hoodies are getting a little too short and stuff. So I got those. They were, for the 3 shirts, it was $10. So they were $5 each and I got one free. And then I picked up The Count of Monte Cristo. Mike thought that Silas might like this. He is not a big reader, but he actually really loves classic books. Like since a very young age, he's read like Treasure Island, Moby Dick, Call of the Wild. Like he's always liked really kind of classic novels. So we thought maybe he would like this one. And we picked up The Princess Bride. I've never read it. I've only seen the movie. So we thought one of the kids might like that. I got The Tao of Pooh. I always see these, and Pooh Bear has always been my favorite, like throughout my entire life, like as a child. And then even when the kids were little, I used to love watching it. And it's just so sweet. So I picked that up. I guess that is for myself. So these were $1 a piece. So all in, it was $13. So what does that put me at? $14.70 that I've spent? No, 24, right? Yes, $24.70. So almost 25. But again, I don't feel that this should count towards my sort of fun thrifting money when I bought the kids things that they need, clothes. The books, sure. But maybe the clothes I don't feel like should count towards my thrifting budget. So yeah, I don't have a whole lot planned today. I've been making a loaf of that bread almost every single day and everyone just keeps eating it. So I might make another loaf of bread. I made one last night and it's already like half gone after breakfast and lunches were made. So I might make another loaf of bread. I might make some more date Snicker things. And I saw another yummy recipe that I love, or that I'd love to try. It's raspberries and coconut, maybe maple syrup, ground up together, make them into balls, freeze them, and then dip them in dark chocolate, which sounds like insanely good. I am a fruit cream girly. So anyway, I'm excited to try those. We got a really lovely fresh blanket of snow, and I kind of feel like just going out in it today. I feel like my soul just needs it. So I might just venture outside today for a little bit, see if the birds will come out. Oh, and I wanted to say like a humongous thank you to the people who have purchased a coffee and who have hit the super thanks button. It absolutely warms my heart, and every time I see it happen, I cannot believe it's happening. I'm just blown away by how kind and lovely you all are. And I just want to say thank you so much for that. I have no words. Let's go get on with our day. It's so beautiful out. I'm actually a little surprised that it's not another snow day, because we got a fair bit of snow. For some reason, every time I come out, there's like a sander beeping. I'm actually having a caffeinated coffee because I have been so tired. I'm so tired. Like yesterday, we cleaned up the basement and I put all the books and stuff back on the shelves and got rid of a bunch of books, and then vacuumed and did all those things and the laundry. And then I came upstairs and Mike put a movie on and I wasn't into it, and I fell asleep so hard on the couch for like 2 hours. I was so out of it. I don't know why, but yeah, I've been sleepy, and I think it all comes down to, I think it's seasonal. I think we're in sad season, and it just, as much as I try to fight against it and do all the things, and even though I love winter and enjoy our outdoor walks and stuff, I still think that it's just a complete lack of sunshine. It's just, my body is like not okay with it. So anyway, I'm having caffeinated coffee to try and stay awake. Huck has decided that he likes to walk around and get a drink every time I vlog. Every time. I didn't do a grocery haul because I was just, there's something going on with my eye. It felt really sore and I was just not in the mood to do anything on the weekend. But I saved the receipt, and I'm gonna go over our meal plan. So even though I went through our pantry and our freezer and took stock of what we had and made meals around what we already had in our why can't I think straight, what we had in our freezer and stuff, it still came to, and we went to the cheapest place we could, it came to $3.85. It seems like we cannot get out of there without spending close to $400. However, like, I'm looking at the Butterball turkey, that's $4.99, but here in town it's like $8.49, I think. Like twice the price. I have a video. I took a video of the turkey bacon because we bought 2 packs of it, and I said that's gonna be $16 for 2 small packs of bacon, turkey bacon. I got 2 big bags of dark chocolate and milk chocolate to make the raspberry things. The raspberry things, I put them outside, but it's not cold enough yet, so I put them down in the freezer. I want them to freeze solid. They didn't stick together as well as I was hoping they would, so I feel like I want them to be frozen solid so that I can dip them in the chocolate, because it feels like they're gonna just melt again. I don't really know why it was so expensive, just everything is kind of expensive. Yeah, it wasn't cheap. We got a little bag of grapes and that was $10. Like the big thing of basil that we get is $13.99, which here it's like close to 20, I think. I think it's $17.99. So it was $3.85. The meals that we're having this week are cabbage rolls that we have in the freezer already with some potatoes and veg. And then I'm making another pot of chili along with probably homemade bread that I've been making, or like the little pastries that I make. Then chicken fajitas, because we got the stuff for it last week but ended up eating leftovers instead of having the fajita night. And then a sweet potato soup with paneer in it because we have some paneer left over and I want to use it up. Date night, we had eggs benedict, which was delicious. I just have this craving for eggs benny. It's like one of my favorite meals, so we just made some at home and that was fun. A beef stew, which we have stewing beef in the freezer from my dad. And then non-pizzas with salad is what we had last night. And then pork chops were on sale, so we ended up getting those because they were like a substantial discount for some reason. So we put one in the freezer and then we kept one out and we're gonna eat it probably tomorrow night. So yeah, that's our meal plan. You guys gave me so many lovely book suggestions on my last vlog, so I appreciate that. Some of them I have, some of them I've never even heard of, but I've made like a list and I'm going to definitely look for some of those while I'm out thrifting. There was one suggestion that I actually was really curious about, because everyone's reading like the Sarah J Maas Court of Thorn and Rose. Feels like I'm saying that wrong. Court of Thorn and Roses? Court of Roses and Thorns? Court of Thorn. Why can't I remember what that is? But you know the one I'm talking about. But then I read like what it's about and I'm like, I just can't do it. Mostly because of the romance in it. And I'm not judging anyone who likes it. Like, go at it. Like, enjoy. I wish I could, because it's like, it feels like it would be such a great escapism kind of series. But someone suggested, I think it's called, there's I think 3 books in the series, The Gathering. Maybe I'll put a picture up here. And it looks like it's like witchy kind of fantasy, I think. And it doesn't seem like there's a lot, I don't know if there's romance in it. I think it's kind of just like strong female kind of, this would be nice if I had my phone to look at and a camera. I am so excited to get myself a proper vlogging camera. I am so excited. So I'm between getting, I'm going on a tangent here. So anyway, I went on Amazon. I looked at my library. I looked at my local bookshop. They do not have it. So I went on Amazon and I found a secondhand copy of it. So that is coming hopefully tomorrow. I really want to just get into a series and just get sucked in. Kind of like how I got sucked in with Harry Potter. Like I actually read that quite late in life, like a couple years ago. And I enjoyed it so much. I read it in the fall and I really enjoyed it. So I'm kind of wanting just to get into a cozy escapism sort of story or series. That might be the ticket. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I picked this book up on the way out the door. I just grabbed it off the shelf. And so Matt Haig, it's called The Impossible Life by Matt Haig. And I read the Midnight Library and really liked it. And I follow him on Instagram, and I just really, really like him as a person. And so far, I sat in the parking lot and just started reading like the first, I don't know, maybe 20 pages or something. And they've got short little chapters, and it's just grabbed me. And the way that he talks about grief, and he suffers with depression and stuff, so you know that he's been in he knows darkness and grief and depression and all of that. And so he writes it really well. So I think there's like a science fiction sort of element in this, so I'm not really sure. But so far it's about this older woman who gets a letter from a student saying that he has lost his mother, and he thinks that he is like a horrible person. She used to be a teacher at his school, and she basically writes back to him and tells him this story. And so this is the story that we're reading, is the story that she's telling him in this letter. So it's grabbing me, so that's good, and it's a quick read. So I feel like I'm gonna finish that one, and then hopefully read The Gathering. For our miniatures, what's holding me back from like starting on it is because I need to make the floors. So I think it's gonna be probably three different levels, and it's just like the open box. And so I need to find some like small bits of wood that are thin. I wonder if my dad might have some just lying around. He never throws anything out. So I bet he would have some, just like maybe 1/4 of an inch, like plywood or like flooring, subfloor, like something very thin. And that's what I'm going to slide in and use for the floors, and then probably like do hardwood or find some like carpet or do some like paint some tiles on it or something like that. But that's the first step, and that's like the step that I don't know where I'm gonna get it, because I don't want to buy like a huge 4x8 sheet of plywood. We might go to Peterborough this weekend and do a Costco run, and maybe pop into like Michael's or something to see what they have, because I think we need to make this happen, have this project started. As I mentioned before, I want to buy myself a proper vlogging camera instead of using my phone and everything being backwards all the time, and never having my phone to like look at notes or look at like websites or look things up. It drives me crazy that I can't have my phone in my hand, because I feel like that would be so helpful. But I am looking at 2 vlogging cameras, and honestly I thought I would make like $10 or $15 in my first month of being monetized on YouTube, and it is actually surprising me how much I can make with just a small channel. A lot of you actually seem interested in starting your own YouTube channel, and so I feel like that might be helpful if I like do a video on, like, say my first month of being monetized, what that really looked like, because I feel like no one really talks about it unless their channel is kind of about that. So I feel like that might be helpful for people to know. It might be something to think about, because this is a very fun way for me to make money. I would love to say that I would just do this for free forever, but I can't sustainably do that, because it is a lot of work and time and effort. So if I can make some money while doing something that I love, I would really love to build this into basically a business, but a business that is me and mine. And yeah. So I think for tonight, I'm gonna make sweet potato soup. So I might show a bit of that. 75 hard is going quite well. I feel like we've kind of made it our own a little bit. I find the app a little ugly and not really my vibe. So I haven't been using the app. And yeah, I think we've kind of made it our own, which I feel like the Puritans are going to come for me if I say that. But as far as our diet goes, we're trying to mostly stay in a calorie deficit, mostly eat whole foods. We're not perfect, but like saying no cheats, like I don't really know what that means. As long as we're within our calories, I think we're okay. We've been doing the walks and the workouts. So I've been doing 4 or 5 weighted workouts in the mornings. Well, we both have been, but separately. And then we go for our 45-minute walk each evening. The weekends get a little tricky because it's either 2 walks or we're trying to find another workout because of like our programs have rest days. So we've actually been doing like stretching, which feels really good. So we've done some yin yoga, some bedtime yoga, some like flexibility stuff, which feels really good because my body is so sore. And there's a lot of pain and inflammation in my body, it feels like. And I'm hoping that with eating better and exercising and sleeping and all of the things, that it will slowly ease off. But I do find I have a lot of pain in my hips and lower back. So it's just constant, always there basically since I've had kids. But I don't know. I feel like the last 5 years have been really hard on me. And I feel, well, maybe not 5 years. The last 2 years have been a roller coaster. And I feel like I have not been feeling my best. And I don't know, a lot of things happened at that 2-year mark. So my stepmom got sick suddenly and passed away relatively quickly. We found out she was sick in January, and by April 2nd she was gone. So that's been a big change. But then also it was at the exact same time that I went on antidepressants. I found out that I had fibroids and anemia because of the fibroids. So then I got an IUD put in, which stopped the excessive bleeding and the loss of iron. So is it grief? Is it IUD? Is it the antidepressants? Is it perimenopause? Like it feels like it could be a number of things. Or is it my thyroid? It just feels like there are so many things that it could be. All of the things that I'm trying to do or have worked in the past aren't working as well now. And so that feels like that has something to do with perimenopause. And if this is how I'm going to feel for the next 10 years, like I am not going to be okay. Please tell me this gets better because this is kicking my butt. So I'm not having a good time. But I keep trying. I keep getting back up and I keep trying. So anyway, 75 hard is going well. I wish I felt better, but I'm going to keep pushing through. And I've also started taking all my supplements and stuff again, which I kind of had fallen off a little bit over Vlogmas. Everything, all my self-care took a backseat while I was doing Vlogmas. I was so focused on it. And now I just feel like I have to get back on it. And it's going to take a while for my body to catch up, but hopefully everything just levels out again soon. So anyway, there's the mental health update that you did not ask for. But like I said, I always try to be really open and honest about it. And I don't want every vlog to be about, mental health and stuff, but it's, 2 vlogs a week. I'm gonna probably talk about it sometimes. I'll probably put on another loaf of bread, see if my raspberry things are frozen enough. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna go do some other things. So I'm thinking maybe you guys can help me because I have this wall here. I painted it black. Maybe I should just turn this right around. But I have this black wall by our kitchen table with baskets on it. And I do love it. But in the summer when I painted our kitchen cupboards green, I thought now I have to get rid of that black. It doesn't really go. So I ordered this. Oh, actually it shows up on camera as more green, but I feel like in real life it's more black. So it's peel and stick wallpaper. And I was thinking of doing like this fun accent wall here. So I could do, hold on, let me put this down. I could go this way. So we have that. I don't know. I think it's kind of fun. But we could also go this way, which might be kind of fun. Can I see it? Can you see it? Scared to show you. I don't know. I kind of feel like I should just go for it. But I don't know. Maybe you guys can let me know what you think. Because I like the black, but it shows everything. It shows all the fingerprints and stuff, and then the dog leans against it, and it's got scratches, and so it shows everything. And I think I'm in my wallpaper era. I just really love the wallpaper lately. So let me know what you think. Okay, so the raspberry ones were a little bit of a struggle. As you can see, I got some of them covered, and then it all started to freeze again, like the chocolate started hardening again, and then when I tried to remelt it, it kind of just like did the thing that is not supposed to happen when you do melting chocolate. So what I did on the remainder of them is put a blob of chocolate underneath it. I'm gonna set the raspberry on top of it so that it will just kind of freeze as like a thing. I think if I were to make them again, so I would probably put them in like cupcake holders or like a silicone kind of mold, put the chocolate, raspberry chocolate. I think that's what I would do if I made them again, because the filling is fun. It's just raspberries and coconut and then chocolate. So let's try one, shall we? It's very good. They just need to freeze again. I would definitely make these more like a wafer, because if this was frozen, I wouldn't be able to bite into it very well. But if it's raw, like not raw, thawed, then it's just gonna like squirt everywhere. So definitely, if I make them next time, which I probably would make them again, make them with like a little flat, kind of like a Reese's peanut butter cup deal. They are good though. Quite good. So I'm putting on another loaf of bread. What time is it? It's almost 3 o'clock. Kids are almost on their way home. So I'm gonna get the soup started. Don't believe you get everything you see on Instagram, because they look beautiful on Instagram. I feel like I probably have chocolate all over me. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go make supper now. Excuse the noise of the bread machine, but I'm gonna put carrots in. So I have 3 sweet potatoes. Sometimes I peel them, sometimes I don't. Is there a rule? It feels like you're supposed to, because they look kind of like, especially this one. This one looks a little gnarly. But, so I'm gonna cube these up, and I'll show you the little dicer thing that I got. It's one of my favorite purchases for the kitchen. And then I'm gonna chop these up. Probably put some garlic and onion with it and then roast it. But, and then I have 2 things of paneer that I'm going to dice up and put in. It's so yummy. One little trick that I like to do is add a can of beans. It adds like a creaminess, plus it also adds fiber and protein, so I like that. And then just some broth to kind of make it the consistency that you want. You could add like coconut milk or something for a little more depth, but it's a lot of saturated fat, so that's why I kind of do this. Let's get chopping. Yep, I definitely thought I was recording and I was not recording. So this is the little dicer that I love. I just got, well, I got it maybe in the spring, maybe last winter. And it comes with like a grater, a mandolin slicer, a coarser grater, and something else, I can't remember. And then it also comes with this tiny one. And I have, right now I have the coarser sort of dicer in there. So usually these little carrots would take forever to cut up, but I just put 2 in here and I love it. So something really interesting has happened, and it reminds me of something my therapist was teaching me to do. He was very pro CBT methods, and one of the things that he would tell me to do when I was feeling stuck in this sort of mood was to follow the plan, not the mood. And so today I've kind of done that, and I'm feeling my mood pick up. So I started vlogging, even though I felt like I didn't have anything to say. My life is too boring. I'm uninteresting, getting very in my head about everything. And now that I'm just showing up and letting it do, like letting myself vlog, just vlog it, whatever is happening in my day. And I feel better. On Spotify, some of my favorite songs, which is like Celtic music to Ella Fitzgerald to Glenn Miller to Kendrick Lamar to Zach Bryan. I have such an eclectic kind of liked playlist, and every song hits. So I got it to play just a random mix of my favorite songs, and I'm in the kitchen, which I loved being in the kitchen. And I was dancing and I just felt my mood kind of like elevate. So it's a good reminder for me that sometimes we have to follow the plan and not the mood, and that's really powerful. Anyway, I've cut up about this many carrots. I never do measurements of any sort. So these carrots were kind of dried out and not at their best, so I decided to throw them in here because they're orange, really. So I'm gonna cut up these 3 sweet potatoes, but I just wanted to share that my mood, I felt like that warmth come back and like just that heightening of your mood, and I feel like myself again. So it's important to do the things that are important to you even when you don't feel like doing them. It's an excellent reminder. CBT methods for the win.